Hello, everyone, for the first time ever on a live episode. It's a Monday night. It is June 22nd. It's 8:33 p.m. for a lovely edition of Three Dudes, One Zoom, powered by Anchor.fm, also available on Spotify, and you can watch and listen on YouTube at Three Dudes, One Zoom. Just for all those who forget and are, surprised on their timeline, why is this popping up on a Monday instead of Tuesday and Thursday when the millions of other listeners listen? We did move to once a week on Monday. It's how it's going to be. It's to get better content for you. It's to give us more time to research because Tank obviously researches a lot, so he just needs a little more time to bring you the best turtle he can give that much time. So we hope you guys some feedback from the fans. One negative, very negative, hurtful comment. Who said they only get to complain once a week now instead of twice. But we won't dive too much into that. The rest were overwhelmed. Over a million people.
What was the comment?
I literally told you. They wanted to bitch
Oh,
about
that was the comment.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they were very upset because I said that the big new I may have things mixed up. They thought the big new announcement was going to be Little C was getting kicked off the show. They were disappointed. That was not the announcement. But they said they'll take less of Little C. So we'll roll with that. So before I feel like the Bubba story is that's the biggest story in sports, but I just want to get to another story before we dive right into that. The Dak Prescott franchise tag. It's signed for $31.4 million to play this upcoming season. He also has till July 15th to work out a long-term deal. And you guys want me just to go, or do you want to say something first?
You can go first.
All right. So the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, and this is the main reason I believe Jamal Adams will go to the Cowboys. They pay their guys. They just do. Jerry Jones, if he wants someone, he pays whatever it takes to get him.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe they're going to they'll make a good offer for Jamal Adams, but it won't be a great offer. And I think it's obvious he doesn't believe in Dak. He's not talent-wise, he's not a very good quarterback. He's got a very average arm. He's average. He's good athletically, not great. He's one of those quarterbacks where you're he does that well, but he doesn't have that. He's a very mediocre quarterback. He does have tremendous leadership abilities. He's a presence. You can tell the team loves him. They look up to him. But it's just obvious to me that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office doesn't believe in him, or else I think 31.4 million. People look at that a lot, but if you look, every time a quarterback's up for a contract who's a no name, they usually become the highest paid quarterback because it's just how it works. Eli Manning was the highest paid for a while. Matt Ryan was. They were never the best quarterbacks in the league, but they were just the last guy to get a contract. Yeah. So I think 31 is a fair price for Dak. Just overall, that's what you're gonna pay. But I just don't think the Cowboys really believe in him as their future. But they won't commit to him, but they won't move on. They're in a terrible spot with quarterbacks, and I still think the Cowboys I don't think they'll win with Jerry Jones just because of how he runs the team, but I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me, and as a Giant fan, I love it. So, Lil C,
Did you guys see the video of Jamal Adams in his car?
In the G-Wagon.
But, that's probably where he's going to end up, right? But
I would think.
I just hope he gets something good.
I just don't like the Cowboys. I just don't want to see him win. So
I agree with that.
I don't think Jamal Adams
I don't think Dak Prescott's the quarterback.
Say that? What was that, Tank?
I said I don't think Jamal Adams makes or breaks that team.
No, I disagree. I think Jamal Adams is he's a good player. Yeah, he's elite. I was listening to Cowherd today, and he had an excellent point. He's Jamal Adams was ready for the NFL when he got drafted. It took him about 7 games to look like he's played there for several years. Yeah. Jamal Adams is an elite difference maker. He's a linebacker that can play safety or defensive end. He would really help the Cowboys in a lot of ways. He's just he can match up against anyone on offense and shut them down, whether it be a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end. He's that elite. And he can also join the pass rush, and he's very good at that. He's the type of guy that really can transform a defense, and he's the type of guy that can turn a defense from good to great to elite. And the Cowboys obviously have holes at linebacker, which he would help with just because of how versatile he is. But I do think they do have other holes. Defensive tackle, I think, sucks on the Cow. I think their defensive line kind of sucks.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it makes or breaks that team. I mean, he's a great player. He's going to be a great addition. He's going to make them better, but I don't think it makes or breaks that.
It wins them 1 or 2 more games, I think.
I'd agree.
Which, if they're already an 8-8 team, they push them to 10-6. They probably win the NFC East.
Yeah, pretty good shot.
There's some with Jerry Jones. They don't. And I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but it's still – I just don't understand. It's they've had chances. And Dak wants a 4-year deal because they'll franchise tag him twice and push it to a 6-year deal. So he wants 4 so he can try to get that second contract later on. I don't know. But it's like you have to move on if you're not willing to pay the guy that you drafted in the fourth. Like I get into, they're like, oh, we didn't expect that this guy would turn into a guy. Like they thought they'd still be looking for a quarterback and maybe have a shot at a top guy because you remember Dak was a fourth-round pick out of Mississippi State, and he had that unbelievable start till he played Alabama when he's at Mississippi.
What year did he get drafted?
Oh boy, 2016, I want to say. When Mississippi State was like 8-0 to start the season. He went out the year after that, and he shocked them, and he played good. But it's because the league didn't know him. The league knows him now. It turns out he's a very average quarterback, but he's got a lot of those like great leadership that there's no number to measure that he's very good at. And teams obviously look up to him, and they're obviously a run-heavy team, which helps Dak a lot. If they were on a pass-heavy team, you don't have Dak. Like this isn't even a question, but the Cowboys are definitely a run-first team. Zeke's the lead. Like he's their offense. He's their main weapon. I just think the Cowboys are in this like terrible mess, and they're dominating the headlines, which the Cowboys love. So I think Jerry Jones, that's another reason he might hold out. But it just doesn't make sense. Like either it's like put up or shut up. Like lock them down or move on. Any other thoughts, fellas?
I don't like Jerry Jones, so
I like Jerry Jones because he hurts the Cowboys.
I mean, sure.
That's why what's it called? Mike. Who was I listening to? Cowherd today? Mike McCarthy is obviously Cowboys coach now, and he will make Dak better than Jason Garrett could. But it's that's another thing that adds to my thing with Jerry Jones. It's like, so you bring in a guy that will make him better, but you're still not going to commit to him? I don't know. That's just weird to me. So that's all I have to say on it. Moving on. You don't have to hear me just ponder on air about Dak Prescott. To the Bubba Wallace story, I assume everyone's heard about that. That's like the number one story on ESPN and Fox. I think it was last night, a noose was found in the 43 garage hanging up somewhere. It was apparently a member of the team that found it, and there hasn't been anything else released. But then, hold on.
Well, they're under investigation. They started an investigation, but
Major League Baseball owners just approved the season.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't. I don't think the players have voted on it. No, the players haven't voted on it. Camps could open
that's a
July
step in the right
1st.
direction.
Yeah. The schedule. Okay, the schedule will come out after players signed off on safety protocols.
There you go.
So that's hey,
good news.
We just broke some news. Credit the score on that for tipping us off first. They probably released it to my phone before anyone else's phone.
Obviously.
So if you want to get
what did you get it on? Like
the score, the app.
Oh, I don't think I have.
So Bleacher Report probably had it out 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Obviously, it's terrible what happened to Bubba. Here's my immediate reaction to it. It's one of those things where it's like they had the incident with the Confederate flag, with the guy flying the Confederate flag over the racetrack on Sunday.
Yeah, defund.
And there
NASCAR.
was pictures of that instantly. You're telling me there's not a picture?
That's
or
what
video?
I'm saying, bro. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was
and you're
gonna
telling
say.
me you couldn't find who did this?
But
I don't know.
There should be a camera in it, like.
And I was thinking, like, it is their old racetrack. But it's been modernized. They redid the whole inside the garage.
It's NASCAR.
But
cameras everywhere.
There's something to tell. Like, it has to be real. I don't know.
Or is it?
That's the reason I had this skepticism. Getting a little political now is in Oakland. There was the guy that he's like, I found a noose. It turned out to be a swing, and everyone kind of like just misunderstood it. And it was a whole
misunderstand the noose.
Well, the guy in Oakland thought it was a noose, but it turned out it was a swing.
Huh.
That's what I'm saying. How do you
a black man put up for his kids? But that's a whole nother story. It's definitely like you can't like if this was in the 11 car stall, I'll be like, all right, that was probably hung up there because it was holding something, and it just looks like one, you know. But the fact that it's in the only black driver's stall makes me believe that it was actually like a noose, you know. And there's obviously portions of NASCAR's fans, and I'm sure amongst the teams, it's a very southern sport that obviously historically are related to these stereotypes of races. So I'm not saying for certain, like, oh, there's something like, but it's got to be someone on Bubba's team. It's got to be someone in Richard Petty Motorsports or a NASCAR official. So it's someone within the organization. That's
what I'm saying. That it's so tight, and so they know so much about who it could be, and there's no information.
And it's like, when I first heard this, I'm like, all right, there's not a chance the garages are left unlocked all night. So who has a key? Does everyone on the team have a key?
No way.
That's what I would think. I would think it's probably with the whole like safety protocols with Corona. I would think it's like 1 or 2 people probably have it.
Right.
It's so strange and bizarre.
I
But
don't
it's
know.
like, by the way, Bubba had a great run today. He
Finished
ended
14th.
up
14th.
Has he ever
run.
won?
No,
No.
but he led a bunch of laps today.
Good.
But he was low on fuel, and that hurt him. Like the strategy just didn't. They were hoping for a late caution. If they got a late caution, he might have won. He had a good car today, and he also, Little C gets it. Like the whole Craig Anderson, Marty St. Louis. When you got someone outside of the sport fueling you, like magic tends to happen to lesser
Even
guys.
with the Boston bombing.
Exactly.
You saw it with the Bruins. I mean, the Bruins didn't end up winning, but I mean,
even the
they were
Red
down
Sox
to the Maple Leafs, and then
came
with,
back.
like the third period, yeah, like you see shit like that all the time.
It's a little, yeah. So it's like, I don't.
He got
it
his
would've been
moment
cool.
of shine. He led the race for about a half a lap.
It was more than half a lap, tank.
About
He
a
was
half a lap.
he was up in the top 5 for most of today's race, but restricted.
That's
plate
crazy
racing.
though.
Yeah, good for him.
I mean,
it was great
yeah.
for him. Great for Richard Petty.
Yeah.
Like Richard Petty loves to see the 43 up front.
And it's not
there
there often because Bubba Wallace sucks.
Oh, I mean, he doesn't suck.
Good for
He's-
him.
Bubba
I mean,
sucks.
He's not a good driver, but he's not a bad driver. He's one of those.
he's
you
good
put
for
him in
the sport right now.
Absolutely. I agree
Absolutely.
with that. I think drivers like Bubba, Daniel Suarez, there's
Luis
someone
Suarez.
else. There's someone else I'm blanking on, who is a Hispanic driver.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm
That's
forgetting his
the
name,
wrong
but
guy.
those drivers are great for the sport. And I think Suarez had one of the people like.
I think
feel
Suarez
bad
is a
for
great driver.
Suarez is very good. He lost his ride for stupid reasons at
Stewart
Stewart
Haas,
Haas. But he had a beautiful, like he said something that was really not like touching. I think it was at the Bristol race, but it's like I felt bad. I felt like Fox didn't push it because he's kind of tough to understand. Like he's
Yeah,
very
he is.
broken English.
Yeah.
But it's like if you actually sit and listen, like you can understand him. But to play it on TV quick, it's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
So like if anyone hasn't checked out, look up Daniel Suarez, what he said after like, about coming together and like what sports mean to people who just like to bring. Because when you're
Did you see
teammates
that-
and you're competing, that's all that matters. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who you are.
Did you see the one boxer? Was it UFC?
Yeah, with the corner guy
Yeah.
who's
I didn't
telling
see
him to
those.
like
No.
Oh,
I
what
don't
are
know.
you talking about then?
I don't. I'm talking about it. The guy brought over his dad in an interview, and his dad was adopted. He was adopted. His dad was white, and he's like, it doesn't matter what color we are. We have to
didn't
fight.
see that.
Hate
Yeah.
with
Oh
love.
no, I saw. Did you see the video? The fighter was like beat up really bad, and he was like he wanted to call the match, and the corner guy was just like, no, you're not calling it. Like you're gonna beat him and stuff. And like a lot of people like were going after the corner guy for like trying to pressure him into like continuing the match, even though the guy didn't want to because he was like obviously injured. And the corner guy just kept like telling him like, no, you're gonna race. You're not throwing in the towel. And like the cameras picked it up and everything.
That's what they're paid to do.
No, here's the thing too. It's like I don't know anything about either story you just said. It's the first time hearing about it. But just playing devil's advocate here for that corner guy, it's like he understands if that guy's not a big time boxer and this is his one shot, it's like
He's got to keep
go-
fighting.
you go out there, man. Like if he had a serious injury,
Yeah, what if he was
or
like concussed? You don't play.
if he
around
was
like that.
I
obviously
think he would
concussed,
have. Yeah.
then you take him out. But if
Yeah.
if he's just banged up, like you're boxing, you're gonna get banged up.
Yeah.
If he could fight, like as long as he wasn't injured, if he was in pain, he can box. If he was injured, he can't. So I don't know. That's just devil advocate. I don't know anymore, so I'm not gonna like start like guessing what was going on. But it's definitely like to see Bubba up front, and even Bubba getting emotional after a race, getting emotional before the race with the whole tribute, like the standing with him thing. It's good for the sport. It's good for Bubba. It's good to feel and like get other people who are non-traditional NASCAR fans involved. Like Ice Cube was tweeting about
Ice Cube's the
NASCAR,
best.
and I'm gonna take a bold statement here. I don't
It's
think
definitely the first race he's ever seen.
no, it's exactly. I wouldn't say that. Definitely the first time Ice Cube cared enough to tweet about NASCAR. He might
Dude,
have
it's Ice
seen a
Cube.
race.
I'm doing
That's
well.
true. You make a good point.
Marlon Humphrey, who's a safety on the Ravens, who played at Alabama, obviously.
Alvin Kamara was at the one race.
Exactly. Like there's
Some
this
people were
whole-
upset. They were like, "Oh, if you got money, you can go watch the race."
Oh, there was 5,000 fans there today.
No, this was a couple weeks ago.
You want to
The
hear something
Alvin
random?
Kamara, I mean, but it's good for
He
the
was the
sport.
only one in the
That's
stands.
but it's good for the sport. That's what these people don't understand, and a bunch of racist assholes. But go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say it's really random. It's not sport. Well, not really random because we were talking about
That's
Ice Cube. But and so Tank, you might have heard about this. There's a TikTok of like a shoe, like they were promoting a shoe by like stepping on a fish or something. All the comments are like, obviously like, oh, they're killing fish or whatever. And then in the middle of a TikTok just commenting. He's like, I just made a TikTok. And I just thought it was funny. No? No one?
Sorry.
I just made
No,
it. I'm just confused.
This reminds me of the scene in Joker where he's really bad at
It was
comedy.
like a TikTok of like someone killing a fish with a shoe, promoting the shoe. And then everyone was bitching about it in the comments. And in the middle of everyone arguing, it was just Ice Cube.
Is the pitch for that shoe like this shoe could kill a fish?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I only saw like the people reacting to the video.
Like you could kill a fish and not slip on the fish guts that are now at the bottom of your shoe. I don't know, but overall, it's like even Bubba was saying, like the sport's changing and it's for the better. I agree with that because NASCAR needs fans.
Yeah.
It hit a low.
It's growing now. It's good.
For sure. After Junior left till now, it's kind of been in a lull,
Yeah,
but it's coming back.
Especially like, oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Wilson.
Oh, well, it's good because obviously, like, yeah, Bubba Wallace, he's like African American, and like most people, like me before, like, I mean, I never watched a race before. Whatever the first one that we watch. And I like when you think of NASCAR, you think of like, you know, the stereotypical like white Southern fan. But now like hopefully Bubba Wallace like does better, obviously, and keeps, you know, doing good. It'll bring more diversity into like NASCAR. So that's good for
absolutely
viewership and popularity.
And I think there's a lot of people tuning in to see Bubba, to see what happens. If someone kneels, is there a Confederate flag? That type of thing. But I think Little C almost could attest to this as not a NASCAR fan, really. Like, when you would think of, like, NASCAR, you would think most drivers is, like, these middle-aged white guys who are like, oh, like, I remember Grandpappy about the Confederates and all that. But it's
I would think, like, all the fans are, like, not trying to be mean, but, like, you know, like, hillbillies with their Mountain Dew.
But it's like you see Chase Elliott.
And Ryan Blaney, you know,
Ryan
you see all the
Blaney,
young guys, Tyler
even
Reddick.
Bubba. Kyle, well, never mind. I was naming great young drivers. I said,
and
Kyle
then you were about to say Kyle. I think it's.
And you can't.
I thought you were gonna say Kyle Busch.
Oh no, but there's a lot of these younger guys. Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, who led
Christopher Bell.
Tyler Reddick
is a great driver.
He led a lot of laps today. Not the most.
Really?
Blaney led the most. He led the second
Tyler
most.
Reddick
laps.
didn't finish that well though.
No,
did he wreck?
He wrecked. Reddick won stage 2, I think.
Tyler Reddick is going to be a
agree.
Phenomenal
He's
driver.
He's a stud.
And he's not even backed by a big team. Who's he with?
No, but they got someone. He's affiliated with Joe Gibbs, that team. Like, they work out of Joe Gibbs' shop. So I hear everyone saying he runs for a small team. I don't consider that a small team when he shops with Joe Gibbs.
Not really, no. I didn't know that.
That's kind of like Junior Motorsports. It's like, yeah, but you're right next to Hendricks, so it doesn't really count. Kind of moving away from all this. Little C, The Undertaker.
What about him?
He's retired, I heard.
Well,
yeah. I thought he's been retired, wasn't he?
Once they offer him that Saudi Arabia money to wrestle a match, he's gonna take it. Like
that's another thing with, like, they made
Saudi Arabia money.
They wrestle where
like they wrestle in Saudi Arabia, and that's where they get
where they can't bring women or anything else.
And well, no, they had women. They've been having more.
What, are they completely separated?
Yeah.
They
have to be. Where they completely forget about social justice because the Saudis cut $1 million check.
They were like the first women's match that they brought there. They were like, you saw fans like throwing shit at them.
Oh yeah,
there's the Saudis are some raunchy people.
They have religious police there, where if a woman's caught like talking to a man, not her husband, she gets stoned to death. So,
there's also, I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's mostly going on in the wrestling world right now, where like a lot of women are like coming forward. Like saying
yes,
like, sexual abuse and stuff.
Really,
I've been waiting
for. A lot
of
wrestlers are getting like.
I've been waiting for Triple H to go down. I haven't seen his name.
I don't think
seems like
I could see it.
I don't know. He looks like a guy.
If that happens, that's huge. He's basically next in line. Like after
to
Vince
take
goes.
Vince. That's why I pay. I know a little bit. Here's my problem though, Little C. Okay, Undertaker's like retiring. I've seen a lot of tributes to him. Yeah, exactly. It's like
that happened when he lost to Roman Reigns. Everyone thought that he was retiring, and he just came back.
But they're making a big deal about him going on. But I watched the whole NASCAR race there. Well, I went for ice cream midway through. I had it on the radio. But every other commercial is Undertaker SmackDown, you know, and it's like the guy in the grocery store where you know that one. But it's like you can't be like doing tributes. This guy's retiring and then promoting him as like. Making it seem like he's going to, like, wrestle this weekend.
Yeah. I mean,
that's terrible.
That's the problem with WWE, though. They don't know how to promote, like, the young stars. He's probably still their biggest star, and he fucking –
I feel like the the WWE felt like he was going to stick around a while, and then all of a sudden they were like, it seemed like they didn't know what his intentions were.
They signed him to a lifelong deal. I just got the MLB thing, but yeah, they signed him to a lifelong deal just because they don't want him going anywhere else. Like,
yeah, I understand. Like, I understand, because obviously, like, wrestling's the one thing, because it's like entertainment. It's not sport, you know, where you don't. It's not like he's not going to suddenly come back and have to face a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Like, they can script it to like help him out.
A lot of people were giving him shit because in the Last Ride documentary, which was great, 5-part documentary, he's just a hardcore conservative. Like, obviously, you could tell.
What did you? Hold on. This is what bothers me.
What?
Guys like that, guys like Phil Robertson for Duck Dynasty, people are like, oh, no, he's a hardcore conservative. What did you think that guy thought?
No.
Was that Bill Burr? It's like, what did you think he was going to come out and say?
It's with Phil Robertson. He's like, that guy was in like the woods talking to ducks for 20 years. You think he had some progressive thought in his mind? He's like, one duck call went whack, whack, mine went whack, a fucking whack. It's a really good skit by Bill Burr. But it's like, I don't know. Great. If I had to bet $100 on what he thought politically, I'd be older.
I would bet $1 million that he was a conservative. I put all the money I had in the world.
You know why? Because he's
great
rich.
Guy though.
Because he's rich. So he obviously is good with money. What's it called? I don't know. I just think the WWE's doing terrible. Like
just
with the whole, like PR wise, it's like you look at their Instagram. He's retired. You go on TV. It's like the Undertaker SmackDown this Friday or whenever it is, Thursday, Friday.
Pretty sure they have commercials like that for John Cena too. And John Cena doesn't wrestle.
Okay. I only saw the Undertaker today, and I thought he's
Cena too, but
like,
yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Imagine like
the grocery store.
No, but just like, I don't know. Let me think of a play. Imagine Ichiro retired last year, or the year before that. The Mariners were just like, come see Ichiro next Saturday at the ballpark, and he's not on the team. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. It seemed like the WWE expected this guy to be around for 3 more years at least, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm out, which he can totally do. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy for doing it, but you should talk to them and let them know.
He should have retired a long time ago. But.
That's kind of like Magic Johnson when he met with the Lakers front office, and they're like, hey, what do you think about this down the road? He's like, I wouldn't ask me. I'm not going to be around here much longer. It's an all-time line.
I got my new phone. Right?
Oh, yeah. It's not
opened up the package. I broke my new iPhone. So I got the new package, right? And I have to ship this one back.
Obviously.
And it came. I was reading the instructions, and it came with a proof tape to tape it back on. And I was playing with my X-Acto knife.
And you cut the proof tape.
Oh, cut the approved tape up. All. Yeah, very upsetting.
But, you know, for people that watch on the YouTube channel at 3 Dudes 1 Zoom, you might notice me looking around. It's because I thought I brought a Snapple up here. No, parched.
Unfortunate. I'm very parched.
I was cutting wood before I came up here. I'm like, I'm going to have this Snapple. I'm going to do the podcast. But now it's gone. So, I don't know. We're in a tough spot right now. So, we're probably going to wrap it up. Because that's all we had tonight. I was meaning to text you about the Undertaker thing. That's how much that was bothering me. Every time I saw a commercial, but then I'm like, you know what? There's a podcast tonight. We can bring it to our fans.
Well, I like it. I mean,
I'm very involved in the WWE.
Good talk.
You know?
Tank, what about you?
Fake.
Tank's a big WWE guy.
They're not even athletes.
I come over to Johnny's. They're definitely athletes.
No, they're not. Until John admits NASCAR drivers are athletes, WWE guys are not athletes.
All right, I'll agree with that. I only go and watch them and go to Corey's house because there's food there.
There's free Chinese food.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting Chinese tomorrow night. Very excited.
I had Chinese last night.
What am I doing tomorrow? Oh, I almost went to a beach, but I think I'm going to a park tomorrow morning. Then I'm going to play golf. And then I have a church meeting. Busy day for me tomorrow.
I'll be working.
You know, I was listening to Mike Mad Dog on SiriusXM today on his channel, and he was talking about his golf game, and I was feeling really good today. I'm playing around the golf tomorrow. I'm feeling really good, which is never a good thing.
Yeah, you probably play terrible.
I know, but he's like not gonna lie. He was talking about his driver. He's like, guys, I like the driver this weekend. There's some magic in that thing. I'm feeling dangerous, and that kind of felt exactly how I was feeling. I feel dangerous about tomorrow. Who knows? I'll inform you all next Monday.
It's going to be hot as hell tomorrow.
Look forward to hearing it.
I think I'm playing actually, because Tank likes to know, 18, 36, 45 holes of golf this week.
That's be nice.
The plan. And if
I'll probably work that many hours.
And if I play with Little C at all, with Cody one night maybe, you interested?
I'd be interested, sure.
That'll go up to 54. So
I'm interested. Thanks.
What's Wednesday?
Wednesday we're gonna go spy on roller hockey rinks.
That's right.
Oh.
With Mitch, the people.
Maybe we should wrap this up before we start talking about our personal stuff.
No, it's fine. People enjoy this, I heard. But that's all. So Tank's getting upset right now.
I'm not upset. Not upset.
Tank's upset right now. So we're gonna get out of here
and do my phone. But
thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it. It was a pretty good episode. I thought, not gonna lie.
I think so.
Little C did great tonight.
Anytime the Undertaker gets brought up, I mean.
Top 3 on tonight's show. Tank and Corey tied for first place. So that's all that matters. Thank you all
we're
for
gonna
listening.
have to fist fight for first next time I see you.
Some more, please. Make it safe. Wear protection. Thank you all for listening. Say bye, guys.
Peace.
Peace out.